Well, it's time to go a little nuts because August 3rd, this weekend on Sunday, is National Nuts Day.
Yes!
I
I'm so
know.
excited. Whether you're a fan of almonds, pistachios, or pecans, we hope that you celebrate. So watch as our guest Nicole shares tasty snack ideas and health benefits that'll crack you up.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Well, August 3rd is National Grab Some Nuts Day, and we've got Nicole Kleber here, creator of Noshings with Nicole, to give you tips on how to get perfectly roasted nuts to jazz up your salads, fish, chicken, pasta, and soup. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, great to see you again, Nicole.
Thanks for having me. So we're going to grab our nuts and we're going to roast them too.
I love it.
So roasting nuts is one of the easiest things you can do. Typically you do them in the oven. If you're in a real time pinch and you aren't doing a big batch, you can do them on the stove top. You just have to make sure you stir them frequently.
All right.
So what we do is the first step is I put a pan into a preheated oven at 350 to warm it up. You can use Pyrex, you can use a metal sheet pan depending on what quantity of nuts you are. So when you pull it out, this is hot, and then you put the butter in so it'll melt immediately.
Yeah.
And then you can go ahead and put some raw nuts in there. So these are the raw pecans.
These are raw.
Yeah.
These are raw pecans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing that happens with nuts is if you want to taste the raw one, it kind of has a little bit of a
we've been
chewiness.
eating. When you stepped out of the room.
We grabbed a few of them already.
So they kind of have like a little bit of a chew,
Yes.
especially when they're not salted. They don't have like their full thing, like full flavor. So once you start roasting it, it kind of brings all those out.
Oh, sorry.
So then you want to stir them to coat them fully
So you
in
want
butter.
to get that butter all over them.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can easily use like a vegan butter if you need to, or another oil.
Okay.
You need to have some kind of oil on your nuts or the texture gets funny.
Okay.
And then you want to top it with some salt. So
Do you
can
just
just
sprinkle
pinch it,
this
just
on?
sprinkle some and stir it around to make it even. You can hold it high up. So you know how sometimes on chefs, like on chef show, they go way up. So the idea behind that is because you get a more even sprinkle.
Interesting. I never knew that.
Know about that.
You were just doing it high. Take a little bit and do it low, and you'll see how it kind of clumps
Then
up
it just
more.
kind of goes right there in the one spot. Okay.
So then you want to put them into the oven.
Yeah.
And most people will say you pull them out as soon as you smell them.
Yes. Okay.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Because when you pull them out at the smelling, you get to this stage. So it's a little bit darker. It has a little bit more crunch than the raw ones, but they're not all the way developed at that point.
Okay.
So you want to kind of start watching
Still
them.
chewy.
Yeah, still a little bit chewy. So you want to kind of stir them a little bit more, and then
Is this
wait a
what you're
couple
looking
minutes. This is more what you're looking for.
The darker color?
Now this one was made with a non-dairy butter, and I do find that
though.
it got darker than normal.
Yeah.
with
Okay.
that
Because the
kind.
chemical's a little different.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a different type of oil.
But you can taste the difference. I think it's so much better.
Yeah. Now that's good.
Yeah.
What do you think nuts do to kind of enhance dishes?
So one thing is you want to balance like salt, acid, and fattiness in your food. So a lot of food has like the saltiness. It's got like kind of the acidity, but so nuts add a little bit of crunch. It adds texture and it adds some depth of flavor, and it adds some fat to it. Especially on like vegetable dishes, you want to have some fat because a lot of those nutrients needs fat for you to digest them fully.
Yeah. I was going to ask what dishes pair well with roasted nuts.
So you can think of it as like any type of like garnish, you know, like if you have some fish, like broiled fish with a little like lemon juice, throw some nuts on there for texture. You can do that with chicken. You can add it to the tops of like soups, just about any type of soup, like squash soup or tomato soup. You can even do it with bread.
Yeah.
Like if you want to just lather on a little bit of butter or jam, even, you know, the sweet and the salty is a really
I was
going to
ask about a sweet treat because we were talking about a lot of savory dishes.
Yeah.
But
You can do that, and because think of it as like a nut butter, right?
Yes.
So like anything that you would use as a nut butter, you can apply to with whole nuts. You just get a bit of that crunch.
Oh, yum.
so
I'm
good.
imagining like the cinnamon sugar on top
Yeah,
of the
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
It's
Okay,
super
So do you
versatile.
put this after you've created it back in the oven?
Yep. So after you stir it around, you put it into the oven to bake.
Okay.
The reason why you preheat the pan is it helps give you an even coating of the butter to the pecans, and it also just kind of jumpstart the cooking process to make it a little bit quicker.
I love that.
And about how long, I mean, I guess you have to really pay attention, but roughly how long does it take?
So about 12 minutes, but that's a really rough estimate because some pecans, depending on the age of the pecans, are drier, so they'll cook faster. If you store your nuts in the freezer, those will take longer to come up to
Oh,
temperature
okay.
Sure.
than if you're at room temperature. It depends on the type of oil you use. Is your oven running hot? If you have a convection oven, which means like the fan goes on,
Yeah.
they'll cook a little bit faster. So I like to do it by the color and the sound, and you can kind of take a little bite and see how crisp it is, more than the time limit.
Yes. Okay. So you're using all your senses to make sure they're done. My senses are telling me these are
My
delicious.
senses are telling me to get another one.
Yes. Thanks,
Yeah.
Nicole, for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.